This podcast contains discussions of mature themes, including violence, which may not be suitable for all audiences. Please proceed with caution. Listener discretion is advised.
Merry Christmas, one and all. Dark Talk, episode 10. I'm your host, Dan, and I'm joined by my Christmas colleagues, James and Paul. How are you guys?
Yeah, rough. Yeah, very tired.
Do you know, right, every time I'm thinking about doing these, I sit there and I think, on that intro when Dan introduces us, I always think, right, I'm going to be dead sociable and be like, all right, guys, how you doing? And then it comes to it and it builds up and I just go, yeah. All right, every fucking time, and I can't help it. I'm trying to be like, oh yeah, hi guys.
How are you, brother?
Good one.
Well, I was going to ask how you guys are during this Christmas season, festive Yuletide frolics that we've all been going through.
I haven't felt very Christmassy yet, you know?
I didn't until, I'd say, about yesterday, because yesterday I think is the right sort of time to put your Christmas decorations and tree up, which is what I did. Because after bonfire night, my daughter, she's 12 years old, whenever we've been in any shop, she's been going around, it's Christmas, there's Christmas songs playing, there's Christmas decorations out, and we've been arguing about it. No, it's not Christmas, because I've been a proper Grinch about it this year. Christmas is the last 2 weeks of December, the last week, it's one day, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so yesterday was the first time I've actually been feeling Christmassy, because everyone's got their shit up now, so yeah.
Have you done your Christmas
get
shopping?
into the spirit. Have I bollocks? No. I don't get paid till the 23rd of December, so I'll be in Liverpool on the 23rd, just ramming my backpack full of shit.
You'll just end up in the pub,
not paying for it.
Nice.
That is true, yes, I will. I usually end up in the pub in Liverpool with hundreds of pounds worth of goods on me, just walking around from bar to bar, carrying fucking CD players. I don't know what's expensive. I don't know what do the children listen to these days.
Cheese is quite expensive. Batteries, cheese and batteries.
Petrol, printer ink.
Printer ink. Who has a printer? Not me.
What have you guys been doing otherwise, Christmas-wise? Watched any festive films? Today, actually, before we move on, I caught one of those, the Hallmark Cinematic Universe films.
Awesome films.
With the guy on the front cover is always wearing green, and the woman is always wearing a red dress, and she's always some big city girl who's come back to her hometown for Christmas, and she meets this down-to-earth dude and falls in love. There's got to be about 50 of those films, and they're all exactly the same.
So basically what you're saying is that Hallmark have just stole the plot of Sweet Home Alabama and put it in a Christmas setting. We saw that in the cinema, me and you.
We saw that in the cinema together.
Shit.
We were on a double date,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm going to say,
this was separate from the Harry Potter double date. This was yeah, so this is, we were on a double date trying to, impress these girls with how sensitive we were. Yeah. So we went to go watch Reese Witherspoon in Sweet Home Alabama. Is it Aaron Eckhart? Other guy
no, it's the guy from Session 9. They're the only two things I know him from.
Guy from where?
I can't remember his fucking name.
Session 9, I don't know what that is.
Session 9, it's a really good film.
Oh, is it what?
We should do it for one of these.
American Psycho.
Yeah, is he an American Psycho, is he?
No, not McDermott.
Oh shit, no way.
No, Bryce is singing it.
No, not Bryce.
Yeah,
no, Bryce is one of the three.
Justin
Is he McDermott?
Absolutely awesome actor.
No, Van Patten.
Van Patten.
It must be McDermott.
Just Google it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He's McDermott in American Psycho.
Josh Lucas, American Psycho. It says here.
Also,
the TV series.
Yellowstone. Yeah. That's the fourth time that's come up recently, Yellowstone. In conversations.
Oh shit! I've just got to Sweet Home Alabama cast list up. Fucking Patrick Dempsey of Scream 3. Fucking
Dakota
Rona
Fanning.
Mitra. She was the first Lara Croft.
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. Anyway, fucking terrible film.
Yeah,
Terrible
absolute
film.
dog shit. Can we move on?
No, it's
Is it Reese
Witherspoon,
Witherspoon or is it Jennifer Aniston?
It's
Oh, it
Reese
is Reese
Witherspoon.
Witherspoon.
Yeah,
I'm sure Jennifer Aniston's been in a film exactly.
Who's
like
Jennifer
that,
Aniston?
surely.
I can't think of one.
This actress, like, she was in this little show called Friends. So, have you seen any good films?
I watched a good Japanese film called Perfect Days. One of those films where not a lot happens, but it's more like an intelligent kind of film. And it's quite a slow burn. As I say, don't expect much, but it's a good quality film. It's very beautiful. And I also watched another film called...
Write that down in my file of
It's not a
facts.
horror film or anything. It's just like I don't know. It's just so basic that it's not even like there's no genre to it. Or anything. I also watched The Florida Project with
I love
Willem
that film.
Dafoe.
Is it Sean Baker, the director? Yeah.
I don't know actually. Basically, we just got a movie and we're just like making a watch list of a load of films, which brings us to today's sponsor, Mubi.
Hallmark.
Yeah, I fucking love Mubi.
Yeah, sponsor us, Mubi.
I tell you what, the Mubi Instagram profile is such a pro-click follow. It's like it shows you so many like appetizing screenshots of films, and as soon as I see it, I think, fuck, I've got to watch that. That just looks amazing.
Oh yeah, I watched Mean Streets on that as well the other day, which is a film I've never seen. It's a Scorsese's first film,
do you think
or
of
one
that?
of his first films. It's pretty good. It's like a predecessor to Taxi Driver in the way that it's got like the violence and the New York dirty underground kind of thing, but the story's kind of messy,
They
bit
played
all
it.
over the place. But it's I enjoyed
They played it
I
in
enjoyed
cinema not too long ago,
Sorry,
and
go
I
on.
hadn't seen it for years. And I was just I was like pretty bored watching it. I was like, this is pretty shit, actually. I thought.
Really? Scorsese's is it his
It's on
first
4D.
film?
Oh, I've never seen that.
I had never seen it until the other day.
Harvey Keitel's like
No, I've never seen that.
jacked in it though. He looks well cool.
Well, you've seen Harvey Keitel in
Yeah,
Taxi
yeah,
Driver.
yeah.
He's pretty buff in that as well.
Yeah.
Is he the pimp in Taxi Driver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Robert De Niro, who are both in Mean Streets, get into a bit of a...
I'd say a film that I watched a couple of months back, right? That I watched a film called we've seen Body Heat with is it William Hurt? It's like one of those erotic mid
No, I've not seen
mid
it.
80s
Yeah.
thrillers, with like affairs and murder. It's like a noir film. Anyway, as I was watching it, the cast came up at the start and it said Mickey Rourke. So all film I was waiting for Mickey Rourke to turn up, and in my mind he never did. So I went back and watched it, and Mickey Rourke, I mean, I know he used to look different when he was younger, but fuck me, is he like unrecognizable. He is this like 20-year-old like Italian looking heartthrob. Like he's a gorgeous human being. I was expecting like the rough fucking Sin City Mickey Rourke.
Or the wrestler.
That's kind of why he looks like... It's kind of why he's so different now, though, isn't it? Because he was like a young heartthrob, and he hated the heartthrob thing, so he took up boxing, and it got his face a bit messed up, and then he got like a load of surgery, and ended up looking the way he does.
I'll tell you an interesting fact I learned about Mickey Rourke earlier this week. Mickey Rourke paid for brand new gravestone for the last of Jack the Ripper's victims, Mary Kelly. So he was in London filming something, and some Jack the Ripper enthusiast approached him and was like, "Mickey, you need to pay for this grave." And he donated like what, £1,000 to pay for this grave. It's just like this fucking random fact I came across.
Maybe Mickey Rourke was related to Jack the Ripper. Maybe that's why. Maybe he felt guilty.
Time traveler.
No, maybe he's like his great grandson or something. And he's like, I feel so guilty because my great granddad was Jack the Ripper. Got to start paying for these gravestones,
And things like
don't
that.
accuse Mickey Rourke. Don't slander Mickey Rourke on this podcast.
I will. I will every time from now on because of that comment.
So I haven't been watching many films because I've been sucked into a TV series, The Day of the Jackal remake, which I'm not going to go in too deeply because it is brand new and the last episode hits tonight. It's probably on right now as we're recording. But one film I did see, is because I went to the cinema to watch, was I've finally seen it, Gladiator 2.
And you did not like it, did you?
Man, no. Like the first, I'm not going to spoil it because Paul hasn't seen it yet. But the first sort of 10, 15 minutes, I thought, fuck yeah, I hope the rest of the film is this good.
Didn't like it.
Yeah, no.
To be honest, I'm probably only going to watch it because my missus is like madly in love with Paul Mescal. Right? And I like him as well. He's a great actor. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't watch it because I don't really give a fuck about films like that, to be honest.
I mean, I was more enamoured with Pedro. You know,
I adore Pedro.
Fucking amazing. And as much as I love Denzel, my God, was he a fucking chore to watch in this film? I couldn't stand him, but not in a good way. It was like go away Heath, X-Pac Heath.
Really?
I was just like, oh, please get off the screen. Man. Not going to say anymore. You're not going to say anymore. But yeah.
I've said before, like, historical films. Like, could you even call it a historical film? Anything like anything like that, like Troy, Gods of Egypt, shit like that. I just got no interest in it. Can just they can just fuck off. Honestly,
see, I'm not a fan of historical films either. But like when I did go back and watch Gladiator, because I've never seen Gladiator until a couple of weeks ago, and I fucking really enjoyed it. And I don't like historical films either. I don't mind Troy actually. I think Troy's pretty badass.
Nah, shit.
I guess I'm just going to say, I'm going to come out and say this. Here's my hot take, right?
Yeah.
I just don't think Ridley Scott is a very good director. Apart from Alien, which is like the perfect
Blade
film.
Runner.
I know I'm contradicting myself now. Fuck. Fucking, I forgot about that. I was just thinking of things like Hannibal and Robin Hood and all that fucking crap that he comes out with.
Which Robin Hood did he direct?
The Russell Crowe
See, I haven't watched that because I fucking hate stuff like that. Unless it's Prince of Thieves, I'm not interested.
I do think he's quite overrated, as a director. I think a lot of his stuff is just not great. But,
what else has he done? Did anyone watch Napoleon?
Anyway,
I do like though. No interest at all. Sorry. I know people enjoy it, and that's why they're made and all that. But for me personally, I'd rather just like not watch anything, just like sit and just watch the wall and think. I just can't stand shit like that. It's just fucking boring. It's like, who cares? But
oh shit, no, I tell like the Kingdom of Heaven is pretty good, and that's a
no, it's shit.
One, so.
It's
but
shit.
It's things like Black Hawk Down. Shit, I'm talking myself the wrong way around now. Black Hawk Down is fucking amazing as well. He did direct Prometheus though, which is fucking.
I like Prometheus. A good historical film that I do like is Apocalypto.
That's fucking so good.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's
so
amazing.
Entertaining. So good.
You seen it, brother?
No,
he directs it.
Mel Gibson.
Yeah, he stars in it. He plays a Scottish guy.
Does he play Apocalypto?
Plays Apocalypto, this like Scottish guy who's from the future, and he wears like.
I haven't actually really watched anything.
Oh, yeah,
I've been down like a rabbit hole of that Chilling Scares YouTube channel recently. I'm just watching that constantly. Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, really good channel. It's one of those like top 5 creepiest things, blah blah blah. There must be thousands of them on YouTube, but this guy is Chilling Scares, and
is it
most of the ones you watch, it's not Chills.
I was going to say, is the narrator Chills?
No, it's not Chills. This one is Chilling Scares.
I'm really joking.
It's a lot of deep dive stuff that you wouldn't see at a surface level glance.
Because I have like YouTube on in my headphones probably about 19 hours of the day. I probably listen to them.
Yeah, you must have come across him.
I go to bed and I put something on to listen to, and I wake up and it's still on. But like, I will wake up and it'll be like a 4-hour long video about the Nazi regime or something that I definitely wouldn't ever listen to. And I went to the comments and it was like, why have I woke up to this playing? And it's like, it's happening to everybody and it's so weird. But before we move on, just James saying about YouTube stuff, I've been watching quite a few YouTube shorts. I sent you one, Dan, I think, and I sent one to the group. Like, some of them are a bit shit, but some of them are alright, like, to be fair. Like, do you remember the box?
Oh, is that the one with the head in the box?
Yeah, where he gifts the man the box, and he's like, don't take your eyes off it.
I watched that about a week or two ago, actually. Yeah, it's only like 10 minutes, 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
I've seen it before, but I put it on before I watched.
The head just keeps staring at the guy.
Yeah, I've been watching when he.
Yeah, it's like that whole Doctor Who Stone Angel thing. You know those angel statues that you have to keep looking at. Otherwise they come for you. If you look away, they can move. They can't move while you're staring at them. So it's like there's a box that you have to keep looking at. Otherwise, the man that comes out the box.
Yeah,
you have to keep looking at him, otherwise he can move. It's only a short, I think. Well, I don't know. Maybe you could make a full. I don't think you can make a full film out of that, but it's pretty scary stuff.
Well, Smile was a short film. The original Smile was like a 20-minute.
Yeah, it's Laura Doesn't Sleep.
Yeah. Laura hasn't slept
sleep anymore. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I've not seen it, but I'd like to.
It's really hard to find. It was taken off YouTube when Smile came out, so that they could put it on like the bonus features.
Was it?
There was like loads of shit that I haven't had time to go recently. There's that Heretic film, with Hugh Grant. That looks so good.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
apparently it's pretty good.
That one.
What else? Yeah.
Gentlemen, tonight We are here to discuss Black Christmas from 1974, directed by Bob Clark, starring Olivia Hussey, Keir Dullea, great Margot Kidder, and the late, great John Saxon as Lieutenant Fuller. So I know we're all going to have the same answer to this question. Guys, when was the first time you saw this film, and tell me your memories of it?
I'll go first. I saw this film yesterday for the first time in its entirety.
I saw this film 2 days ago.
It's absolutely insane
Yeah, so we're all...
that none of us have seen this before, like now, basically. Considering
we're all noobs to this one.
The three of us have grown up watching horror films, and a lot of the time together, that we've just bypassed this film, which is absolutely mental.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of hard to come by as we're growing up, because films like Halloween, Friday, and all the big ones, they're a lot more accessible to get hold of. I think you would have to be a bit older to get hold of Black Christmas. I think you'd have to be more of an enthusiast. I think now everything's online. It's easy. It's been much easier for us to see, but I think we would have had to try and find it on VHS or found some fucking weirdo in the market selling his weirdo tapes. Yeah. That would be the only way we could sort of watch this, because I don't remember this ever being on television in the UK growing up.
Yeah, it must have been.
Possibly was. Because I do remember being young and watching this, which is what I was thinking of all watching this, was When a Stranger Calls. Definitely saw that on like Channel 4 when I was a kid. Yeah, so I guess this may have been...
I think if I'd have seen this, when you're flicking through the menu and that, and you see the name Black Christmas, I would have probably chosen not to watch it, because I'd have been like, 1974, there's a murderer at Christmas. I'd have been like, nah, fuck that.
Must have played on
film.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Back in the day, back in like the early 2000s.
I always remember like knowing about it and stuff, but yeah, just never. In my head, it was made after Halloween. When everybody jumped on like the holiday killer bandwagon.
Yeah. Well, the reason we're covering this, because we are... Two reasons. One, it is Christmas in real life as we were recording. We had planned to save this film till after we'd finished the Halloween series, but I think now is an apt time to cover it before we go through the Blumhouse trilogy. But people do always cite this one as like the spiritual predecessor of Halloween, which, obviously I had that in mind as I was watching it. I didn't watch this with a clean slate in a vacuum. I was thinking about Halloween all the way watching this film. Yeah, so what's your, not your overall opinion, just give me a brief 2 sentences. What did you think of it first time viewing?
I absolutely loved it, to be honest. I love anything that's got that like small town kind of thing going on, especially in the snow. So like 40 Days of Night, that kind of thing, where it's like very isolated, very located in that place. Yeah, it could have been set any other time of the year, because the killings in it had nothing to do with Christmas, especially, unless they did for the killer. But like, I just thought the snow setting, and I didn't care about the Christmas setting, just the snowy kind of stuff. But I really liked it. Yeah,
I know it's called Black Christmas, but like you were just saying then, like, I don't think the Christmas had that much to do with it. This could have been called Halloween.
This reminds me of it's got like that same feeling as the Krampus episode of Inside Number 9, and I think maybe just because it's Christmas, but it's just old and it's like I don't know, just gave me that vibe.
It's very 70s, this film. Like the hairstyles, the flares, stress.
Yeah, watched it for the first time today.
Just before...
I was thinking, if I was watching it alone in the flat, I would actually be like scared, because it was fucking terrifying, some bits of it. It actually creeped me out, and some funny bits.
Really good parts. Yeah. I do think, though, I
that woman,
some of those side characters are fucking
drinking the bottles of whiskey that she hides in like, box and toilets and stuff.
Mrs. Mac. Yeah.
Like Mrs. Mac. Let's just fucking get into it then, because like fucking when she turns up, like, so the film opens up at a sorority house where they're having a last sort of Christmas party before they all go home for the Christmas break. When Mrs. Mac turns up, I didn't know who the fuck she was. I was like, this old woman just turns up and she's wrecked, and everyone's like, Mrs. Mac, yeah. And as I was watching it, Paul, I was thinking, because Paul's last name is Mac. I was thinking, God, is that Paul's mum? And then I was thinking, this Mrs. Mac is the complete opposite of Paul. But she's just like wrecked, and then we get this like part where she's drinking and brushing her teeth, and like hides this bottle of gin or something in the toilet cistern. It's just like, it's even anchored on the side, like, so it doesn't slip down. I thought we were getting a fucking mirror jump scare there, because a couple of times they faked this out for the mirror jump scare.
It's it's that sideways camera. Obviously, like when you do a mirror shot, it has to be sideways. Otherwise, you'd see the camera and whatever. But But we are so used to seeing a scare when the mirror closes, or like for her it slides across, doesn't it? And it's just like a split second where her face is gone from the slidingness. But I was well expecting it. But that's built into our brains. That is.
It is, isn't it? It was like codified in my fucking reptile brain as I was watching it. Like the left one comes back, and when it comes back, there's nothing there. And she moves the right panel, and I was like, "Fuck, surely it's now." Comes back, nothing there. Then she reaches down to get the gin out of the fucking toilet.
Yeah.
And then she comes back up like that. There's still nothing there, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" They subverted me there because I was so expecting some fucking
that probably wasn't a trope.
No, that's what I was thinking. So it wasn't even.
I don't know if it had even been done at that point.
What was that video, James? Me and you watched last time you were at my house. It was a couple of weeks ago, and it was the history of the jump scare, wasn't it?
Oh, what was it? I can't remember. Yeah, it must have been. Yeah.
Was that on YouTube?
Definitely
It was quite well done. It was like the history of the jump scare. And had the first jump scare, which was the cat people from like the 1940s, and it described the psychology behind the jump scare, and it had tons of them, and they were really, some of them were so good. And it had the best jump scare of all time, Exorcist.
Yeah, because the thumbnail was the one from
history and evolution of the jump scare.
Yes, it was. Yeah, the one she's under the bed.
Vanity Fair?
Yeah.
When the jump scare is actually clever, because that's the one that's come up on YouTube.
Rather than
there's one called History and Evolution of the Jump Scare. That's got like 3 different jump scares from different years. Well, it's got faces. I don't know what the fuck they're.
No,
it's called When the Jump Scare is Actually Clever. It's on the Vanity Fair channel. Yeah,
it's Vanity Fair. Yeah. Do you know what I once looked up? You know, like in a film where someone goes, "I didn't sign up for this." So like someone's made a collection of every single "I didn't sign up for this" in every film ever.
Yeah. So these chicks are all at this sorority frat party. No, I tell you what. Let's go to the outside, right? So we get a point of view from the outside of the house. We get the heavy breathing. We get the POV shot. We get the killer's hands. He's climbing up the trellis to get into the attic. Very, very Michael Myers. When that was the first thing that was on the film, pretty much, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is like, Michael Myers." What do you think of that?
I loved it. Yeah, I don't think from what I've heard over the years, I don't think it was the very first POV, but it's because the whole film is POV for the killer. It is like, what was the point I was getting to? I don't know. I thought it was cool because the breathing is so over the top as well. Like it's not just like normal human breathing. It's like erratic. Like, and then he's got massive hands as well. It's got like massive slab hands, and he's just like.
I was thinking how they filmed that back then because it's literally like a helmet camera.
I was thinking that he must have had a helmet cam on, surely.
Well, so I brought this up when we first spoke about Halloween, about when they filmed the Michael Myers POV. You can see that the light switch is higher up than his eyes, meaning that it is a child, because like the light switch would be sort of about midway for an adult, you know, like sort of hand height. So there's one bit where they're walking up the first few steps and the railing on the side looks slightly higher than it would be for human eyes. So I reckon the camera was probably on the chest.
Maybe. Yeah.
It's not on a helmet.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I might be completely wrong, and I might have to rewatch it and go, "Oh, actually, I was wrong there." But when I was just doing my mental notes, I was like, that camera is lower than it would be from eye line sight.
I think I can picture the arms.
It's like shot on such a wide lens.
The arms kind of look
like distorted. But no, it's creepy as that. The whole first.
But it's done.
Scene,
it's done so well.
It's so creepy. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be any good. This film, and I actually loved it.
So he sneaks into the attic, and we're at the house party, the last Christmas party before everyone goes home for the holidays. And now our killer is he's prank calling. The house. Fucking like that first call, right? I was like, fucking hell. It's like he's wanking off from Silent Hill. He's like, you know, like really fucking like creepy shit. And then it's like, it just gets worse. Like it's like you just like pig sounds. And there's like the fucking, you know, the Hanna-Barbera laugh. I was like, fucking hell. And what got me was fucking Olivia Hussey's acting.
So,
when she's on the phone. She's like, hello? Who's this? Pardon? Who? It's like fucking. She's like Pam Doom of the League of Champions. She's like, hello.
Joe.
Has anybody got any baccalaureate insurance?
It could be.
I love the rest of her acting in the film.
It's
I thought
so
she was pretty good, but like when she's on the phone, like some of the lines were just so wooden.
Do you know one of my mental notes was like I rewound her answering the phone scene like 4 times because I was laughing so much. I was like, I was thinking like if I was writing this down, like I probably should be, one of my notes would be, has this woman never answered a phone in her life? Because for the first half of the film, she answers the phone about 4 times, and she's like,
Yeah,
hello? Pardon? Who? And it's like, does she think that they can't hear her? Does she think that she has to shout to like the distance of the phone call? It's fucking mental. And like considering she
She's just
spends
like so confused about who's on the other end of the line.
She spends about 70% of her role answering phones. How did she not, like, they just go, like, oh, you just tone that down a bit, because like later on, you're going to have to keep doing it. You're going to have to be like more panicked later on. This is just a normal phone call now.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
But like the first phone call isn't even the killer. Like it's like fucking.
It's Barb's mum, isn't it?
Thingy's mum, isn't it? Barb's mum. And she's like, hello, Dad. Barb, it's your mum.
Who?
Did you spot one of the fluffy Christmas jumpers?
No,
I
did
what
not.
was on one of them?
No.
I can't think which character it is now. It might have been Jess, but there was a DDP diamond cut aside knitted into one of the jumpers. I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh, I did see that actually. I did. It was the scene where she's like walking from the right to the left. It was it Claire? I think it's Claire who was wearing it. I might be wrong.
Yeah, fucking awesome. Loved it. Awesome. So yeah, this is where we get our first kill of the film, when we have the killer wanking off down the phone, and then who is it that dies first?
Claire.
No, I don't think it is Claire that's wearing the jump then.
I don't know who's wearing the jumper. I just remember it.
Claire goes upstairs, and we get this. As I was watching, I was like, "Oh my god, it's a homage to Friday the 13th," and then I was like, But it's the bit where she's looking into the closet, and like there's like bits slightly moving, like clothes slightly swinging. And
When Marcy dies, after she's died.
Where the curtains move, and you see the finger and that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh god, that's scary. And then we get the first kill of the film, where the killer just jumps out this in the plastic.
That shot where she's looking into the
he's looking through it,
and she's like, "Hello, is there something there?" It's so creepy, and because it's really, I think the choice to use like a clear plastic bag is really good, because you can sort of see something behind it. It's like terrifying. So good.
And she can hear the cat as well, can't she? They kept getting lured in by the cat.
Claude the cat.
Is it Claude? Is it?
Yeah.
Claude, you little prick.
Oh, that bit fucking cracked me up so bad. You little prick. He just stood next to it.
Was great. Yeah, like it makes. I was thinking, right, is it actually the cat, or is it Billy luring people in with the cat?
But that that first kill, when it cuts to her body later, and after she's been suffocated, fucking scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's. Do you know what? Right, I was going to mention this later. That when she's in like the chair with the plastic over her face, and it's like inside of her mouth, how long she keeps her eyes open for, because even there's like a fade out as well, and you can still see her for absolutely ages, right? So I was sitting there and I was thinking, she's held her eyes open for so long, I'm going to see if I can still keep mine open the whole time. And I had to blink before I couldn't see her eye.
Like a mannequin or something, but I guess back then they wouldn't have looked that good, would it?
On a low budget, I don't actually know how much the budget was, but probably not, for the sake of just someone going, I can open my eyes for quite a long time.
Yeah, good stuff. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so we get the scene next with Claire's father arrives and gets a fucking snowball up the arse.
This film is so funny.
I was sitting there watching, right, and I was like, who's this Grandpa Joe looking motherfucker? And then he just gets like a snowball to the face, and I was like, I don't know why, but it just like, I was like, that's what you get for looking like that.
But he goes to find his daughter, and he meets fucking Mrs. Mack, and I swear to God, the scenes with those two were just so fucking funny. They were so funny. Yeah. He's like this prim prop. He's like, Mrs. Mack, may I remind you that I am the President of the United States? And she's like fucking flipping him off and shit like that.
She's like leaning on the poster, just like, sorry.
She's like, shut up, the fucking poster.
That bit Paul was just saying then, when she's like, she's talking about the cat. She's like, God damn it, Claude, you little prick. And then just as she says it, he comes. So good, so funny.
It's great. But they go to the police station, and they find the most fucking useless cop ever. Is it Lieutenant fucking Nash?
Yeah.
And he's just like, he's the most disinterested, fucking lazy ass, 1 foot out the door, fucking. He's not even even old enough to retire. Like, he's in his fucking like 30s. He's just like, I don't care. Until fucking, is it Claire's boyfriend
like
turns
this handsome
and he's
Canadian
this fucking
guy.
hunk.
Yeah.
Do you know who he reminded me of? He reminded me of, like, with his hair and the look of him like that. He reminded me of like a young Brett the Hitman Hart. He's like, you're damn right I'm a boyfriend. I've been taking a room.
And then Barb gives Nash, she's giving him shit throughout, and he's like, would you shit?
Yeah.
And then she gives him the fake number and all that, doesn't she?
Yeah. So they organise the search for her, but they can't find her. Now this bit really confused me because they're all out searching, and you can just hear like screaming and like and you can hear somebody going, Janice.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I thought that like the woman that was screaming, I thought she'd like lost a dog in a wood chipper or something because of all the sound and all the noise. They're just like, a child.
Yeah, I didn't really understand what was going on at this point. So is it one of his victims?
I think it's implied that it's one of Billy's earlier victims. Okay.
Yeah, they never explicitly say.
I guess it must be, otherwise
there's a lot they don't explain in this film, which I think is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Who the killer is? They never explain who he is. Like everything that we learn about the killer, you have to like decode from what fucking things he's saying when he's having a fucking wank. He's like, Agnes. Oh no, Agnes. Oh, and he can do like 4 or 5 different voices, and I was like, fucking hell, man. That is creepy shit.
Now you mentioned that, I was reading about some trivia on set when they were doing the phone calls. They had Margot Kidder and whoever was speaking to him on the phone at the time. It was Bob Clark in the background saying stuff, just threatening stuff, and then the actors reacted to that, and then they did it in after, all the phone call sounds later on.
Right, okay, they did that.
So I think they probably overlaid about 4 tracks. If you listen to it, there's so many different things going on with those phone calls, especially the later ones. There's like laughing. There's like a woman's voice. There's like a kid's voice, and
that's what started throwing me, because I was like, I thought it was just some psycho film, like some killer. It was like this subtly supernatural stuff, and I was like, ooh, yeah, that's fucking good. You know that bit in Friday the 13th where she's walking and she can hear Jason call out, "Mommy!"
Yeah.
Mommy! And they never explain what that is. And that was the same vibes I got from this. I was like, fuck, yeah, that's so cool. Just don't explain it. Just have it be fucking weird. Like.
Yeah, definitely.
So, hello. It's getting more wanky phone calls. Fucking, she phones up Lieutenant Nash, right? And he's just so fucking useless. She's like, I'm getting these calls. And he's like, fucking listen, lady, there's been a child murdered in the park. We don't have time to chase up these wanky phone calls. And she's like, hello!
What's he like? He's like, oh, it's probably just one of your boyfriends.
Is there anybody there? What's her name? What's his character's name?
Jess, is it?
Yeah, Jess. Yeah, so Jess. No, Jess the lead. Hello.
Oh yeah. Hello.
So Jess is with Peter. Peter is the I nearly called it jockstrap then. I meant fucking Whiplash. He's the Whiplash piano player. No, he's a bit of a weirdo, and they're having a baby together.
Wow.
Well, they're not having a baby together, but she is.
He wants it, doesn't he?
And he's like, he wants it, she doesn't, because she's going somewhere, and he's realised he spent 8 years. I've been living in this house for 8 years, queuing for the bathroom. I'm like, fuck me, man, 8 years of that shit.
He's Did anyone recognise who he was?
Yeah, he's from 2001: Space Odyssey, and can't remember what else. Interesting fact. The actor actually never met the majority of the cast for this film. He's only ever in any scenes with Jess, Olivia Hussey.
Oh, he is.
Yeah. Oh, and the piano judges and stuff. But he never. I think he met like John Saxon a little bit.
Meets any of the main cast.
Yeah.
Kia Delia.
His name can't rhyme. Come on, it must be something.
Kia.
Yeah.
Kia, as in Kia Starmer.
Yeah.
As in, what was it? And his last name is spelled Dullea.
Yeah, it doesn't sit right. It doesn't sit right with me that it rhymes though. It must be Delea or Dulia. It has to be. His surname is pronounced Dulay.
Kia Delay.
Oh shit! I called him that on the fucking intro now, starring Kia Delay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to Mr. Delay for my fucking crap podcast. So Mrs. Mack is like, right, I'm going to see my sister for the holidays, so if you can't contact me, that's where I am. Obviously, I was like, no, Mrs. Mack, please don't die.
Yeah.
You know she's going to. She climbs up to the attic and she finds finds the dead body wrapped in plastic, and she gets this swinging hook to the face, which kills her. I was fucking pouring one out. I was like, R.I.P. to a real one. Yeah. Fucking best character in the film is gone.
Do you know what, though? She gets lured in by the cat noise again. So, like, what's the first girl called?
Claire.
She gets lured in by the cat meowing. And then Mrs. Mack does as well, because she's just about to leave. And she's, like, even climbing the ladder to the attic, shouting at the taxi, like, just wait. And then she's like, come on, kitty. And then she gets lured in again. So, like I said to James before, do you reckon that was Billy doing cat noises to lure in his victim?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, he can obviously imitate other people's voices and make weird fucking pig sounds. So yeah, why couldn't he do a cat? So Mrs. Mac just bought the farm. I was very sad to see her go.
Yeah.
I knew as soon as she was like, I'm off to visit my sister. So we get the next one is the death of Margot Kidder's character, where she gets murdered in bed by... Is it like a unicorn statue?
Unicorn.
Or a horse statue that she had stabbed?
Unicorn, isn't it?
This was very dream sequency, but this is also where we got some good fucking stills of the killer that you don't see. You don't see the killer at all in this film, hardly. This is probably the best look you get at him. Fuck me. Is that
Stood
a terrifying shot of him when he's like above her bed with his fucking eyes just like glaring down? Some really scary shit there.
Yeah, so that's recognised as like the best kill of the film, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say it probably. Yeah, I'd say it is. If it's not the best kill of the film, it's definitely, for me, it was the second scariest moments, because the shot of the killer, I was like, jeez.
But the shot of him later on, when you see he's like in the cupboard looking out, and you just see this one eye closer.
That was going to be
so terrifying.
Most
so many
scene
scary
of the
bits.
film. Yeah. So we get that was the best look we had of the killer. Now we get another one of these fucking like really fucking funny moments where they go back to the fucking police station. So by this point, the police are now tracking the calls, tracing the calls, where they're going to come. They've got to keep hello on the phone for as long as they can. But fucking even the killer is so fucking fed up of hello, stop, who's calling? That he hangs up in like, he finishes himself off quick and then like he hangs up before they can trace the call. This is where we get like just some fucking rando scene of this fucking cop who's been shot in the arse by his fucking salt-loaded double-barrel shotgun, and the farmer, he's like, next time you come on my land, I'm going to shove it up your ass, boy. The fuck, man? Is this like a Friday the 13th film or something? It was fucking mad. It was... Paul, you remember this, didn't you? This did happen, didn't it? I didn't just...
No, I don't remember that.
No, I've got the film on.
Did you not see that?
I'm just going through it. I don't remember that. Do you remember it, Paul? Really?
They're in the police station, and some cop has been shot because he was on this farmer's land. So they bring the farmer in, charging him with like attempted murder for shooting this cop, even though he shot him up the arse with like a salt spray shotgun. And the farmer's like, next time he comes on my land, Sheriff, I'm going to fucking shove this shotgun right up his ass.
I
don't want to say what version I
was. Oh no, I honestly don't remember that.
Yeah.
It sounds like something out of Robocop.
Very funny scene.
I don't remember that either.
It was something exactly like that. It was fucking exactly like that. Like the goings on of the fucking mad police
station. The chief looks, he's just like, oh god.
The fucking desk sergeant was just like, oh bollocks, man. This is where we get the awesome fucking John Saxon, who was an absolute fucking highlight in this film.
Yeah.
Fucking the lieutenant. He was so good.
Yeah.
And Mr. Smug over here, right? Because I've never seen this film before. As I was watching it, some of the lines that he was saying, I was like, he's obviously the killer. Because he dismisses a few theories straight out of hand. He's like, no, that can't be true. It's not that. And I was like, fucking hell, John Saxon. I know it's you. I know you're the killer. And we get this scene later on where fucking, hello, gets another wanky phone call. And, she hangs up. And then instantly, John Saxon phones her back and she picks up. And the way it's shot, it fooled me. It tricked me. John Saxon is just there on his own talking. He's like, did you get another call? Yeah, you need to keep him on the phone longer next time. He's trying to get it to stay on the phone longer while he wanks off. And I was like, fucking, he is so much the killer. And then my theory was blown out of the water when the camera sort of cuts back and you see that he's actually in the police station with like surrounded by people. And I was like, fuck, well, it can't be him now, can it? I was like, what?
And not wanking.
And not wanking, yeah. I did think this was going to be a whodunit, though. I thought we were going to get a reveal of one of the characters.
I thought that as well. And then I thought it was going to be not the guy that everybody thinks it is. I thought it was going to be the other boyfriend, the hunky, nobody's been on screen long enough. Yeah.
I knew that Billy had no backstory and stuff, so I knew it wasn't going to be anybody other than Billy.
Right, okay.
Because I've, we've only just watched this film recently, but I've heard lots of different things about it over the years and whatever. However, my theory that I am going to absolutely have to say still holds up all the way to the end. But it's like one of those shitty film theories that's like, if it was real, it would probably make the film worse. But do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Go on.
So my theory was that Jess is the killer. So the phone calls are just random, but every time she's hearing one, it's all in her head, and she's basically killing everyone around the house. Because she, at the end, when she's told to just get out of the house, but she doesn't, she's the only living person in the house, and she's murdered everyone around her. So like at the end, when they're like, it was Peter all along, and she's like, he's dead, and she's lying with him, she could have killed him, definitely. And everyone thinks it's him that's killed everybody.
I do agree with you. I do think that would have made the film worse, like loads worse. You know, it's like so much better the way it is.
But it doesn't prove that, like, there's nothing to say that didn't happen.
Yeah, there's nothing to say either way that isn't the case. But yeah, this is where, and I can't believe I didn't fucking realise this as the film was going on, that this was a whole, like, the entire film was like, the calls are coming from inside the house, that urban legend. I didn't realise till the fucking Lieutenant Dickhead Nash was like, John Saxon, he's like, call her, don't say anything, just tell her to walk to the front door and leave the house calmly. And Nash is like, walk to the front door and leave the house calmly. And she's like, yes, but I'll go and get such and such. And he's like, no, just go to the front door and just leave. She's like, but I can go. And then he starts losing his temper. And he's like, the cars are coming from inside the house, you stupid bitch. He's like the worst fucking cop. I mean, like, all
she
cops
annoyed
are
me in
bad,
that
like,
bit,
he's the fucking worst one.
He was like, just literally just do exactly as I say. Like, don't do anything else. And she's like, but what about this?
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking just fucking leave.
She makes it worse. It's like, so she knows the killer's in the
house,
house,
I know,
right?
yeah.
And now instead of leaving by the front door, she like looks up at the stairs and she's like, hello. We do get this like absolutely terrifying scene. Like we get the...
Oh yeah,
James,
have we talked about the other woman's death who finds Barb dead? Well, she goes in there and the door just slams shut, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's two of them in the house. That's who she's got to go and get, isn't it? No,
I mean, not much happens.
No,
like she goes in there and then the door, she like looks to the left and the door slams shut. I know it was like an off-screen death, but I think it's well good.
We get the corpse reveal where she finds the corpses.
She's like looking around the room and does she hear him? Does she hear the killer? The spotlight
and she looks up and we get
fucking so scary. Imagine seeing that in real life.
Yeah.
So she slams the door and then the killer just starts like screaming and going fucking mental.
Oh, he's going... I honestly thought it was fucking Brad Dourif, like doing his Chucky voice. You fucking bitch, right? Banging on the fucking walls, like, you fucking so scary.
When she runs down to the basement, he's banging on the door, like screaming and making all these weird noises.
Yeah.
Fucking so scary.
And we haven't seen that from the killer, so thus far you've heard him on the phone be like mental, but otherwise he's been like pretty stealth in his moves.
So,
but like this was like this was a great. I think you can call this the killer reveal. I think, and I mean this is where we get the twist in the tale. This is where we get the old EC Comics twist finish. So she's hiding in the basement and she thinks the killer is stalking her. She sees the silhouette in the windows, and it's
Peter. Yeah.
Is it Peter?
Yeah, Peter.
And he breaks in. And by this point, Jess is sort of traumatized by what she's seeing. She doesn't know what's real. She doesn't know if it is Peter or not. So she fucking beats him to death with a fucking fire poker. And I was like, no, it's not him.
He didn't
it's
deserve
not
that,
him.
but he
Leave
was
him alone.
fucking
Leave
annoying.
Peter alone.
Like the character, he was
an annoying dick.
If she hadn't have done that and she'd have got away, at some point in the future, he probably would have done that to her because he was a psycho. You just know that he was, The way he played the piano and the way he reacted about being a dad,
when he's bashing at the piano.
The way he played the piano.
He smashed in his piano with his mic stand. He was a nutter. Like, he was going to do something weird to her.
Or Kia Delia or whatever his name is.
Kia Delia. I was trying to find like a little fact that I read earlier on, so I spent the last 10 minutes like completely zoned out. But I've got a little segment for us towards the end if you want to do it. It's just IMDb trivia.
Young. Nice.
So we get the reveal at the end. Now, I thought this was really fucking cool, actually. So as far as the police are concerned, Peter was the killer.
Yeah.
So instead of taking Jess to the hospital, they put her back in the house to bed and post an officer outside the door, which is like...
I think they were going to have officers...
Doesn't make sense.
Room with
because the killer's already dead, isn't it, man?
Collapses, doesn't he? Or Claire's dad collapses. So they're like, oh shit, we've got to take him to hospital.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's just that long shot of everybody leaving, and then you just hear the voices going on, so she'll be alright and stuff like that. I thought that was really good.
It's probably...
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
They should have fucking taken her to hospital, like dickheads.
It's definitely the budget, though. Like, if you look at it...
Yeah, I know.
There are scenes shot in the police station, at the house, and then like a couple in the college kind of thing. And then on the streets, there's like... I think
it's more artistic license. I think they wanted to go for this ending, and that was the only way they could do it, really. Just have the cops act like fucking dumbasses. So she's now in bed, and the camera long tracks up to the attic where we hear do we see the bodies at the end? Do we hear the laughing?
Pans up towards the attic, and then in the attic it tracks backwards out the window.
Yeah, through the window, and we see
the haunt, and that's the end of the film.
Haunting shot of Claire through the window.
Yeah, very fucking very scary.
Oh, there was a bit I wanted to talk about as well. I can't remember what point it is, but so it's just after the land landlady's just been killed, and like the killer's point of view is like looking out at the taxi man, being like, "Oh, there's nobody here. I'll get in the car." And then he just starts going mental in the room and just starts smashing it up. Creepy.
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah. I thought you were about the taxi driver there, because the taxi driver is banging the door. He's like, fucking get on this guy, not turn up his ride. Fuck you, man. It's like, he doesn't. He starts like smashing shit up, and he's like the killer, Billy now, and he starts smashing shit up, and he's all like, Chewbacca.
That was scary. Like just watching that, I was like, this guy's.
That was the impression I said. So they didn't explain everything. So when I'm listening to the phone calls, he's talking about Agnes and all that, and you shouldn't have slept with her and all that. And I was thinking, God, they're gonna come to some sort of like weird fucking explanation for all this. Yeah. And they never did, which I thought was fucking amazing thing to do. I really, really got. So the reason we're covering this film is because it's a spiritual predecessor to Halloween. Everyone calls this the first slasher, and I saw so much from this film that was ripped by John Carpenter and used in Halloween. So like, obviously the obvious is the POV shots at the start and the heavy breathing, and faceless killer that you know nothing about is what John Carpenter was going for. Like, this killer in this film, you don't know anything about. They don't call him Billy. I mean, you do hear the name Billy, but he's not. You know, he's just the unseen killer, and that's what John Carpenter was going for with Michael Myers. Like, and I've thought about this as well. So, like with Jason and Freddy, Wes Craven, they were trying to create a slasher killer, an iconic slasher killer. Whereas when John Carpenter made Michael Myers, he didn't want to make a iconic killer. He just wanted to make a nobody, which is why Michael worked so well in that first film. He's so good in that first film, and I think he took that idea from this film, because you don't find a lot about this killer in this first film.
It's literally
like, that's it. You don't.
Before we started, I watched the kill count of the 2006 remake, and fuck me, that looks so bad.
I did as well.
Because the whole thing is like massive backstory about Billy and Agnes and stuff. That's fuck. Yeah, it looks so shit.
So this film was sort of a rush job. So James and I both did not have a chance to do a recast, but Paul, ever being the professional, the only member of this podcast who is like A1 all the time, has done a recast. So, Paul, which characters did you recast, and who did you recast?
I'll go through my list, because I've written it down as it goes. So, Claire's dad, I've recast as Toby Jones.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Awesome. He would have been so... Oh, yeah, man, definitely.
Thank you. I recast Barb, but it kind of does work, because she's like smarmy, and she's a bit... So, I've recast her as Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
Now, I know she's a bit old, but she could still play, because Barb's not even in it that much, is she? So she could still play like that.
No.
So next I've got Jess. I've recast her with Shay Mitchell.
Who's that?
You probably have to Google that
Shay. One. I don't think I've seen her in.
So I saw her in Pretty Little Liars. She's also in You as well, isn't she?
I've not watched that, no.
So for John Saxon, are you ready? Jude Law.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you very much. Right, so next I've got Mrs. Mac, Kathy Bates.
Yeah. Kathy Bates.
Yeah, come on, Kathy Bates would be so good.
When I was watching,
because she can do.
No,
she can do that like humour as well. Because she, like, have you seen her in The Office?
Who else did you have?
Right, so Kia D'Elia.
Right. I'm so sorry, Mr. D'Elia.
It's not D'Elia. It's Delay. Mr. Cheadle. Right. So, I was looking at him, right, and I was like, he reminds me of someone, and that someone was. This isn't my pick, by the way. That someone was Sean Harris.
Oh, the thingy guy.
Oh yeah.
Possum, Prometheus, 24-hour party people. Yeah. And if you Google like either of them now, you'll see the similarities. But Sean Harris is like nearly 60. Yeah, he's nearly 60. So I was like, obviously, I can't choose him, even though like the Peter character's been in college for like 8 years. Already, so who knows how old he is.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, didn't work for me, so I ended up going for Evan Peters.
Oh yeah, thingy.
Yeah, because he can obviously play a psychopath. He's really good.
Dahmer.
In American Horror Story. I haven't seen Dahmer.
He's
got
so
no
good,
interest, to be honest.
It's shot really well as well. It is really good. But...
So I've got. I couldn't remember his name, but I just wrote Dokie Cop. So it was Nash, was it? So I've got William H. Macy for that.
Yeah, but he looks too old and wise.
No, he doesn't.
Macy. This cop is a
fucking hell. Have you ever seen Magnolia? Yeah, he's not old and wise in that. He's creepy as shit in that film.
Paul, give us some trivia about Black Christmas.
Paul's trivia. of the week. This is straight from IMDb. Wait there, let me find ones that are actually interesting. Legend has it that this was Elvis Presley's favourite horror film, and his tradition was to watch it. Every Christmas. Further rumours say that his family kept the tradition alive and watched it in his memory. However, if true, Elvis would have only celebrated this tradition a maximum of only 2 times before his untimely death in 1977. Coincidentally,
you know what, we should revamp this as true or false, because that is fucking definitely true. This is definitely Elvis's favourite film.
Coincidentally, Lynn Griffin, who plays Claire, would go on to play Elvis's grandmother in Priscilla 2023.
Oh. She pulled a few strings in it. She was like, the old Black Christmas.
She started pulling them strings in 1974. She was like, I know what I'm going to fucking do with this. I know what I'm going to do with this role. According to director Bob Clark, the original script for the film featured murder scenes that were more graphic. Clark, however, felt that it would be more effective if the murders were toned down and kept subtle on screen. Writer Roy Moore liked the idea as well. So that's a talking point, because a lot of the murders are off screen, or they are quite toned down, and the creepiness comes from more of the visuals rather than the actual gore and stuff like that. So I thought that was quite interesting to read.
Yeah. So this is a very restricted, toned down film when you look at it like through those.
That's probably why it's so good.
That's really fucking cool, actually.
A strict rule that Clark had set for himself when it came to writing the female characters was to never objectify them sexually or give them nude scenes. He wanted the college girls to come off as real people and not disposable horror characters waiting to die. I thought that was pretty cool, because you can definitely watch it back with that in mind, or even notice it straight away and realise that they're not like prancing around. They're
not acting like dumb and just like, oh my god, it seems like
apart from like
I mean, obviously I don't really know, but like it seems like that would have been like a rare choice for back then, maybe.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, look at it like 20 years later in the 90s, where female characters that appeared in films like this were only the ones who were like running and tripping over and scared and stuff, and the 80s as well.
Look at that scene from Jason X, where he's in the holodeck, and they're like, hey, and they've got their tits out, those 2 girls, and they're like, hey Jason, want to come and have some premarital sex, and then we'll smoke drugs, and then maybe have a beer. But I didn't get that. As I was watching this, I was like, these are like genuine, just normal people. There's no stereotypes about them. Like, the girls are the girls. And like, you can tell some of the girls, especially Margot Kidder at the start, when she's giving him shit back down the phone. And they were like, oh my God. And she's like, I get calls like that all the time because I'm from the fucking city. It's like, this shit happens to us because we're women. It fucking sucks.
Yeah. Actually, speaking about the first call especially, I was surprised at the language that was
literally
used.
Like, so many use of the C word.
From that year especially, because that word isn't a word that we use openly and like sort of...
Oh, yeah. No, it's okay to use the word cunt as in to say, oh, he's a cunt.
Yeah.
But like, to use that to describe a woman is fucking really, like horrible. That's like, sorry to say a man is a cunt, because a lot of fucking men are cunts.
So I'll give you the last little fact here. So the role of Peter was originally offered to Malcolm McDowell. But he turned it down, a decision McDowell regrets to this day when he saw the massive success of this film and its classic horror status.
And Malcolm McDowell will be in any fucking film ever. Like, any film. Like, he doesn't turn down any film. Like, judging by the last 2 episodes, like, he'll be in any shit that he can fucking
I think you're thinking of the Loomis character from those 2 films.
No. Because in a couple of years' time, we're gonna have to watch 31, and you're gonna see Malcolm McDowell. James, give us a list of films that came out in 1974. Ooh, I'm looking forward to this one.
Okay, so I have not seen any of these bar one. Can you guess which one that is?
Black Christmas.
Yeah, apart from Black Christmas. It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Ah, shit, yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. It came out just before Black Christmas, actually.
Did it?
So it might be the original slasher.
That's a deeper question. We're going to need longer to delve into that one. Is Texas Chainsaw Massacre the first slasher? Listeners, just hold on for another 5-6 years until we get to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series. Please hold that thought till then.
So like I said, I've not seen or heard any of these, but Deranged.
Yeah, I've heard of Deranged. I don't think I've seen it.
Phantom of the Paradise, Dead of Night, From Beyond the Grave, Enter the Devil, House of Whipcord.
It doesn't help that we were born like decades after.
Yeah, I know, but we're running a fucking horror film podcast. We should know some of these.
Yeah, I know, it's quite embarrassing. Let Sleeping Corpses Lie.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, sure you do. But yeah, I've not heard of any of them.
So,
Deranged, I've heard of.
Which is embarrassing.
A couple of the others I've heard of, but yeah, for me, like I don't delve into like probably like the 70s as much as I would the 80s and like 90s stuff. The 80s is like huge for me.
So guys, that was Black Christmas 1974, the spiritual predecessor of Halloween. So what did you think? Give me your pros, cons, your winners, your losers, your VIPs, your MVPs, your overall thoughts. What did you think of this film?
I really, really liked it, and it's definitely going to be one of my annual films from now on. And I don't think I'd necessarily have to save it for Christmas, as we said before. It doesn't necessarily feel Christmassy. It's just wintry. So
yeah,
I do like in the middle of the year get like a feeling that I need to watch a film with snow in it. You know, even in the winter I want to watch like a deserty film. So I will definitely be watching this every year. I thought it was creepy as shit. Great acting, some shit acting as well. But it's definitely, I think it's more psychological and slasher, and that's right up my street. So I'll be hammering this film for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
I would give it a 8.5 out of 10, I'd say.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time I watched it was like a few hours ago. I'm so gutted that I've put off watching it all these years because it's always been on the back of my head. But it was so much better than I thought it was going to be. And like Paul just said, it's more psychological than slasher, which I think, I don't know, it just makes it like so much better. VIP for me has got to be the landlady. What was her name? She cracked me up. I thought it was good. But yeah, I'd watch this with Izzy, my girlfriend, if I'd like want to scare her. I think it'd be really creepy. But yeah, no, I'd rate it. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
I actually would just want to say one more thing. As James mentioned, that I forgot to say. I didn't have high hopes for this film. I thought it was going to be like...
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be shit. I thought it was going to be cheesy, crap acting, really, like, no wonder I didn't watch it kind of thing. But it actually was a way, way better made film than I thought it was going to be. So it's definitely going on my need to watch every year list.
Awesome.
What about you, brother?
I think I thought it had some fucking really scary moments. I thought the side characters were so funny. There was so much good there. But I can see why better directors took the cool shit from this film and then like repurposed it and made it better. I did like it. It was good from a historical point of view to sit and watch, and I definitely will watch it again. Like, you know, at some point we're all going to be together and we'll think, oh, fucking stick Black Christmas on. You know, definitely a good laugh. But I mean, I'd say narratively, I thought the plot was sort of all over the place. I was comparing it to Halloween as I was watching it all the way through, and I thought just John Carpenter did a better job of doing this film than this film was. So I'd give it a 6.5, maybe a 7. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I thought I was going to, because I thought I was going to be in for something else.
So, Dan, you had higher hopes for it and thought less of it. And me and James thought it was going to be shit, and we liked it.
Yeah. And that's it, guys. That's Black Christmas 1974 in the books. Enjoyed that chat. Thank you very much for joining me for that one. We will see you next episode because we are tackling the big one, the trilogy. Are you ready for it? What would you call this? Would you call this the Kills trilogy? Would you call it the Ends trilogy? Would you call it the Blumhouse trilogy?
Blumhouse trilogy, I guess.
Blumhouse. The 2018 timeline.
The 3 films, all directed by David Gordon Green. Yeah, we're gonna be exploring them in the new year. So yeah, this is probably gonna be our last episode of 2024. So thank you so much for listening. If you have been listening to the start. If you have been listening from the start, I apologise for those fucking shitty first episodes. But audio quality.
That was mostly my bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Paul was on his like tin can with string talking to us.
I was.
But yeah, so yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we'll be back in Haddonfield next episode. Goodbye and good night.
See you later.
Bye bye.